Hey, hi, hello, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name's Lauren. If you're new here, I used to be a librarian. Now I talk about books on the internet. And for today's video, I have like a video about print media. I have a 5. I have a video about 5 magazines that are on my radar for 2026. But like also for December, like I'm not just gonna wait until January to read them. Anyway, so I recently read Female Fantasy by Iman Hariri Kia, and this book is now my personality. Thanks for asking. It's a really fun take on reading romance. I love how the author interweaves all these ideas about how reading romance supports like fighting the patriarchy kind of things. And it really examines how we are taught about like sex in America in sex education classes. And I think this book really gives a positive spin on the desire and interest that women have for reading fantasy, and it gives a lot of credit to fantasy books. So when I read this, I was like, I need more. I need something similar. And I found out that the author actually wrote for a magazine, or magazines in general. She's an award-winning journalist. She's written for Vogue, New York Magazine's The Cut, Harper's Bazaar, and Cosmo. And I was like, you know, if I want vibes like this, maybe I need to start reading magazines again. Okay, so 3 of the magazines are pretty mainstream, or at least 2 of the magazines are mainstream. I guarantee you have heard of them before. It's nothing crazy. One of them I found at Barnes & Noble. I think it's a bigger magazine. Never heard of it. Caught my eye. One is a magazine that I found on Instagram. It's their 2nd issue. And the other one is like a crafting hobby zine. So totally different. So we're going to start with that. It's called The Little Hobby Zine. This is cute. It's the Thanksgiving edition. This was $9.35. I did just get charged for the next December edition. So this is November 2025. There's the back. That is such a cute little pattern. That would make such a cute bookmark, honestly. And I haven't done anything with it yet because I wanted to do all the crafts on Thanksgiving week. And they also have a Facebook group. This is the little slip that has the QR code to join, and you can chat with other people who are doing the zine, talk about crafts, that kind of thing. I think community building wise, this is fantastic. So you get a little welcome letter, and the creator signed it and wrote it out to you, so it feels super personal. I saw that there's a paint with stickers craft. Honestly, that's what drew me in because I love those so much. But then there's like a scavenger hunt to go on a fall walk. There is a word puzzle. There's like a little game that you can play. Talking about making like paper chains, different crafts, a fall bucket list, etc. I think this is really fun, and I don't know, it just has really cute, accessible crafts in it, and I like the idea of moving away from like technology for a lot of these things, and I want to focus on more print media in 2025 or 2026. And like, could I have found some of these crafts on Pinterest? Yes. But is it more fun to have this little notebook or this little book and then be able to like tangibly touch it and tangibly see the things and talk with the community online and like do the crafts? Yes, and that's what appeals to me. And I have this cute little book and I can do it all, and it's like a snapshot of my November 2025, which I think is really fun. The next magazine that I ordered is The Diaries. This is their 2nd ever issue. I found this on Instagram because someone was like, my article is appearing in this or whatever, and I was like, what is this? And I ended up on the website, and you can get digital copies. But for $20, I got this copy, and she sent me a bunch of stickers and a postcard, which I think was fabulous. Oh, here's the postcard. And thank you for supporting print media. The theme of this issue is like muses. So there are a lot of let me see if I can find like good examples. There's a lot of allusions to like fairies and mermaids and dragons and princesses and those kinds of things. It's very pretty and I don't know, pretty and whimsical. But the articles, while the art is like pretty and whimsical and I want to say girly, but obviously for anyone, but it screams millennial girly to me. While the pictures are very pretty, the articles are very touching and hard-hitting. So there's one about music and self-discovery about this artist. The article that was kind of my favorite was in the back here. It's called Dear Diary, the Fairy Tale Isn't Over. It's just the beginning. And it was about this girl who grew up and when she was little, she really loved princesses and pink and like girly things. But then someone told her, you know, like, you can't be a princess, you need to grow up, that kind of thing. So she leaned into more like tomboy type aesthetic. But then in her adulthood, she is learning to, you know, go back to the princessy aesthetic and more whimsical. And I think overall this magazine and the theme of this magazine is reclaiming your whimsy, which I love. And there's also a horoscope page, which what millennial doesn't love a horoscope page? So again, that was $20. I'm not really sure how often these issues are going to come out, but definitely check them out on like Instagram, TikTok, etc. Cool magazine. Next, I picked, these are the three that I picked up at Barnes & Noble. So I have this one, it's called Bella Grace. It's a little more expensive. It's $21.99. This is the December, January, and February issue. This caught my eye. It's very, like the paper is very thick paper. And it's very like matte textured. The back, it says, we believe an ordinary life can be extraordinary. There is beauty in imperfection, and that magic can be found in every day. And one of the articles in here is about how to live your life like you're in a Jane Austen novel, which I just thought was absolutely stunning. I love that idea, and it's a bunch of like tips on how to be more Jane Austen. And I think just in general, this book is about how a camera helped me see myself again. It's about kind of that slow living, learning to embrace the, again, whimsical. February pinks. There's a whole article about pink. There's pink cookies, pink flowers. They do also ask for submissions, which I marked. Once I read it, I don't know, I might toy around and think about a submission because that could be really fun. Beauty Within Darkness. I don't know, something about this just screamed interesting to me. So I picked that up. And then these are the traditional magazines that I haven't read since I was a kid, but I might have to fuck around and resubscribe to some magazines. So I did get British Vogue. This cover just really stood out to me. This was $12.50, which honestly is not bad. I didn't realize it was the British Vogue because soft brain issues, but then when I got it home, I realized that one of the articles, it's about Formula One and Lando Norris. So, oop, there he went. So I think it was just meant to be that I bought this issue because my love for Lando Norris is very strong. So I got British Vogue to look at, but isn't that black and white just stunning? There are color pictures inside. It's not a whole black and white issue, but love that. And finally, I got an issue of Cosmopolitan. This is the thinnest of the magazines, I think. This one is $7.99, which again, not bad. I mean, magazines used to be like $2, $3, so in that aspect, it's kind of interesting. I don't know if I'm gonna know any of the people in here. But, oh, Taylor and Travis. I have no idea who the cover model is. No clue. There's an article about abortion in here. Nice. So anyway, those are five magazines that I have my eye on for 2026 and beyond. Let me know, are you a magazine reader? Do you have any subscriptions to magazines? Are there magazines that I should check out in my quest to collect physical media? Let's do a thumbnail picture. And so yeah, chat to me down in the comments about magazines if you want to let me know you were here but you don't have anything to say. Leave me a turkey emoji down below, even though you'll probably see this video in December. It is currently the day before Thanksgiving, so I think that's appropriate. And otherwise, I will just see you in my next video. Bye for now.